Someone asked me about Candida. Well, there's important to understand the role of the fungal family. Those people that like fermented foods, you like fungus, or because that's a family that breaks down starches, is the fungal family. And then as proteins, you have putrefaction, more bacterium. But when you're looking at the fungal family, they are the family involved in fermentation processes, and it's a natural process of sugars. You look at, and even some things like milk and stuff like that, milk sugars and stuff. So someone used to say, well, don't eat fruit because it makes the body full of Candida. Well, it stirs up Candida because of all the active principles of astringents, but fructose is a simple sugar like glucose. More active because it doesn't require insulin, still a simple sugar. You can put a handful of grapes on your kitchen counter, and you can put a piece of bread and a piece of cheese, and you can watch which one of those three grow mold on them first. And I guarantee you it won't be the grapes. The grapes only start growing mold on them when they start to ferment. So, we talked about this in past videos, that when you have an adrenal gland weakness and you have low cortisol levels, you don't metabolize your sugars properly. Well, somebody thought starch was good for us. Grains are the savior of the world. In what way? No way. You know, we use them in farming for fattening up hogs and cattle for market. I told you before, I was a farm boy. We raised horses, and we fed our horses alfalfa because my sister and I were always racing them. And I didn't want a fat horse that would tax the horse even, you know, because I've always loved my animals. And feeding and making a horse fat is not my idea. It's like making you fat. When you feel fat, I know when I gain some extra weight, I don't feel good. And it's always from either grains or somehow you're eating where you're in a situation and you don't eat right. Grains are hard to digest. They're nothing but starch. And if you have weak adrenal glands, not only are you going to get fat or obese from that, you're giving too much sugar. Your body can't break that sugar down. Well, that sugar will be converted to glycogen or some fat, and you'll have fungal activity on that. And that really breeds a lot of fungus in the body. And remember, the fungus family, Candida, all these type of fungals, molds, warts, they leave uric acid in the body. And that's not good. Uric acid is that little pinprick acid, like gouty acid, that nobody likes. And that's from excessive Candida. One of the biggest aphrodisiacs to the fungal or Candida community is sulfa drugs. This use of sulfa drugs and antibiotics is so barbaric and antiquated, it's unbelievable. Use herbs. I mean, the herbs are so unique. It keeps the good guys, it breaks down the overgrowth, but it doesn't destroy the bacteria and the lymph nodes. Vital stuff to have in the body, and it doesn't create Candida. It's better to use herbs designed for that. So my Parasite M is an antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial to a certain extent. Good for dentistry work and stuff like that. But always remember the culturing medium. One is the lymph system, and two, your adrenal glands. If you're not metabolizing sugar, stay away from the starch. Not good for humans anyway. But, you know, we like them. But most of them are acidic except millet and quinoa, and still they're starch, you know. And when you're detoxifying, which is my expertise here, I don't get you. It'll slow it down, and it's not what the doctor ordered, so to speak. So if you do them in moderation. Harvey Kellogg was looking for some healthy. It's like Dr. Graham and the Graham cracker fame. These were guys looking for something healthy, but, you know, brainwashed to that. Even Dr. Jensen, if you go back in his old Health Valley Ranch, you'll see plates of raw milk cheeses and whole grain breads. I even had health food stores in the early 70s, and I had a grain meal. I sold raw milk cheeses and goat's milk ice cream, and that was during the process of being raw. And then after a while, I started tasting things, you know, and pretty soon it takes you off of that, and then you didn't feel good. I said, wait a minute, this stuff's supposed to be healthy. I don't feel like I did robust on fruit. So really, these are cheap things, not staple things. So get the Candida out of it. Use the parasite M if you're heavily involved. Just keep using it, but move that lymph system. That's the key to having a more lasting experience. But Candida can really, I had an architect female, so much Candida. A medical doctor diagnosed her when she was 12. I met her with Candida, fungal problems. He said, I just don't know what to do for him. That was a good medical doctor, because that was way before even my school thought about teaching Candida. In the earlier years, you weren't taught about fungal problems and things like this. So it's just things that have come up as time's come on here, and so these things come into play here.